Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. I'm Desmos, your cook of the day, and I'm teaching you guys how to master generic commands. And there will be some spectators popping up. You'll see them. So when I say generic commands, I mean commands you'll use whenever. The second thought, second nature. So we have /give, and these are for advanced tools. This would be for special game modes that you're crafting up with some buddies, like a Skygen, Prison, or even if you're trying to do some SMPs with generators. I'll show those later in a different video. So first off, I'll show you how to do this command. So /give the selector, so who you want to give it to. You can do your name, you can do @s, which is yourself, or you could do @p, which is the closest player. And because you're doing it in the chat, it'll just trigger to you. And then I put down command block. If you're lazy like me and you don't want to type out the whole word command block with the whole underscore and all that yumba jumbo, what you can do is start spelling the word, so COMM, and on console, you're able to press your right D-pad in to cycle through the chat. You can do this back and forth, so you don't have to type out everything constantly. And then on PC, you can press tab and it works the exact same. And then enter that, boom, we have a command block. Now, these are the cornerstone of commands. They have it in the name, you know? Why would they not? So, in here, we have a couple options. You're like, oh, what is all of this? So, the hover text is, like, if you look at the command block, it'll say something. This is easy to tell, oh, what does this command do? You can just give it, like, a quick name to know, oh, this is what that does. So I'll just do say. Say. But that's pretty cool, right? Now I know what it is. If I open this up and I go into the command input, do /, or you don't need slashes in command blocks, you can do say, and then write what you want to say. So I'm just going to do hello. It's quite simple, right? Now I'm going to get an item to activate the redstone. Alright, I have a button here. I press it. It says say hello. And you're like, well, I don't want the say in the first part. What you can do, you can get rid of the hover text and then it will just say hello with the exclamation mark. It's quite simple. But now if we add a delay in it, so let's add 20. In Minecraft, every 20 ticks is 1 second. So it's quite simple to understand. If you want to do any like time math, all you gotta do is just like, oh, I have 30 seconds, so I gotta times it by 20. That's how many ticks I need. So if I want to just delay this by 1 second, I add 20, and then it took 1 second to display the message. That's the impulse command. It does one action, and you can see the arrows, it's directional, all that fun stuff. Now, there is a chain command block, and these, it should work the exact same, right? Say 5. Sorry for the horrible spelling. Nothing happened. What? This is a scam! No. So, the way this command block works, it works with a harmony of other command blocks. So, if you put it on top of a impulse command with the arrows pointing upward, you gotta make sure that's how it works. We put say hello, and then we will do say hey. Now, if I were to press this button, it takes 1 second. I broke the button. Oops. Now if I press this button, it's going to take 1 second, and it's instantly right afterwards. It's quite cool, right? You can add conditional, so the previous command block needs to work for the chain to work. And then for chain command blocks, you always need to put it on always active. It won't work if you don't. Now, repeating command blocks in its name kind of makes sense. I'll do the same, saying say, yeah, cool. If I put that there, I could put down a button, press it, it's spamming my chat. It's repeating the command. And I'm pretty sure it does it 20 times, but like it depends on how long the button was activated for. That's a whole different science. But like it repeats the action, so if I were to do that and then boom, say bye. Every time this one works, the next command should happen. So it's yay bye, yay bye, yay bye. You know, fun language, right? Now, you can get minecarts with command blocks in them. I've been doing some testing with these, and these don't really work. the commands get deleted, but the names of the command blocks stay the same. These might not work from my experience. So, those are like the basic things. If you're just doing commands, that's all you need. But like, there is one more aspect of commands. There is the world building, the custom game modes with skygens and stuff, right? So, what I'll show you here, I'll put these in my inventory, is we have borders, barriers, structure voids, light blocks, denies, and allows. Borders are walls where players cannot cross in survival, but if you're in creative, you can fly across it no problem. So now I have a player in survival, and as you can see, they can't run into it. If I try to punch them through, they won't go through. It's impossible for them to get past. Now, let's say they were in creative, and they don't have operator. Now, Quincy here will show that he is in creative, and he cannot get across. He does not have the operator privilege, so he cannot get across this wall. It's impossible for him. It's his kryptonite. Barriers are invisible blocks that the players cannot break in survival. So if you're trying to make stuff inaccessible to players, and if there was a roof above a place and you didn't want players to get blocked by the border, what you can use are barriers to block off certain areas so they can still fly around above it, or just walk around. It's probably survival, right? Let's be real. Now, the next thing we have are structure voids. Now, a lot of people are very confused when it comes to this block. They're like, well, it's useless. It absolutely does nothing. Well, you're kinda right and kinda wrong. The whole purpose of it is to not be air. It's nothing. So when I say that, you're probably like, so what is the purpose for this block then? Well, it's very, like, customizable. If you're using an execute command and you wanted to detect someone touching a certain block but didn't want that block to be visible, there's your awesome block, structure voids. But another thing you can do is make floating signs. You can place stuff on top of them. So if I were to grab buttons, trapdoors, and even pressure plates, as you can see, I can place them here, no problem. And it would look like it was a barrier, right? But you can fly through, all that fun stuff. It doesn't interfere with the players at all. There is one small downside to this though. If it is in survival or adventure, the players are able to break them. So don't use them like in a place where it's like decorative necessary. This is a light block. It has a light value from 0 to 15. So from a light block that has the light level of 0, if you left click it, it will go up by 1 value. As you can see, I use this block a lot here. Alright, so the next two blocks I'm going to show you is the deny block and the allow block. They work hand in hand. They're the yin and yang of building. So, the deny block works as a thing that denies the players to build. If I get a survival player over here, and they try to place blocks on here, they aren't able to. But if they place anywhere else, it will place. Now, if I get an adventure player, they won't be able to place blocks anywhere because they're adventure as well. And then if I get a creative player that doesn't have operator, they aren't able to place on here either. Now, the allow allows all players to build on this block. So if I get a creative player to place blocks on both sides, see? Works perfectly fine. Now if I get an adventure player, they're able to place blocks here. Perfectly fine, no problem. Same as survival players. Thanks for my minions, as they are very helpful and all that. Thanks to my minions, they have successfully demonstrated how those work. I hope you guys understand. It's very, very simple, right? Now our next thing are going to be somewhat mixed. We're going to really talk about 3, and then that's about it. The structure block works as a copy and paste tool. And if you're on console, it can only work on the one world, but if you're on PC, you're able to import and export. I'm going to do a video later in the future to explain more on this because it requires its own video. It's very useful. Now the next item we have is the NPC spawn egg. And you're like, wait, what? It spawns an NPC. Simple as that. So the way you give yourself this is a little different. Instead of doing /give, it won't show up as an option, so I'll just quickly show you guys. NPC. Absolutely nothing. What you gotta do is use /summon. This allows you to summon stuff in using chords. And then I can do NPC. And it spawns it in right there. And I could use my pick block to grab it. You can write commands in him. I'll elaborate in another video. But it's a very useful tool for getting interaction between players and like systems. The next block we're going to talk about is the jigsaw block. I bet nobody's seen this at all in Bedrock. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work in Bedrock, but what it does, it allows you to create structures at random. You're allowed to place structures, and you're able to customize structures by making your own. It's very complicated. I'll elaborate it in a different video if it does work, but from what I know, it doesn't work. And the next 2 things we have are the Ender Dragon spawn egg and the Wither spawn egg. I'm not going to place these down, but you can use /give to give yourself them. The next thing you guys need to know is /game mode. It's quite explanatory. /game mode. The mode you want to be put into, you can put A, C, or 1, 2, 3, 0. That all works. And after that, so I'll put creative. You can select who. I'll just do myself. Boom, creative again. And then here's all the things. And that's about that. Next thing we have is /effect. You give yourself an effect using command. It's quite simple. You don't have to grab a bottle F or anything. /effect yourself, the effect you want. I'll give myself invisibility. Boom. If I just press enter, you get particles and it lasts for 30 seconds. But if you want to increase the duration, you add the amount of time. And that's it. And if you want to increase the strength, you can put those numbers there. If you want to get rid of particles, you put true. And then as you can see, I don't have particles. I'm truly invisible. Now if you want to get rid of a particle, but let's say you have another particle like health boost on, and you don't want to get rid of your health boost. Yeah, 42 health boost. Yeah, I think that sounds right. What you can do is do /effect, all that fun stuff. Clear, and then the effect you want to clear. So I want to clear my invisibility. And then boom, I'm invisible, but I keep my stuff. And then if you had 2 effects at the same time, you can just do /clear to remove the effects. Next, we have /gamerule. This allows you to turn on and off PvP, turn on and off fall damage, same for all of these next things. It's pretty cool, right? So if I turn PvP true, I get one of my minions in survival. Now, with PvP true, I can smack this person all the time I want. They could be my punching bag. But if I turn PvP off, I won't be able to hurt this person. Pretty simple, right? When you type /gamerule in chat, you can do 2 things from this point. You can just press enter, and it'll show you what every game rule you have that is active and off. Or you can just pinpoint a rule you want. So PvP, you can just press enter at this point to check what its stat is, or you can change it to true or false yourself. And these are all the other things you can turn off. Next up, we have /difficulty. This allows you to change the difficulty of the game. It's quite explanatory. There is 4 difficulties you can do. There is peaceful, which is P, easy, which is E, normal, which is N, and hard, which is H. And you can spell the whole word, like /difficulty hard. But it's a lot easier just to put the letter. Let's all be real. Easy, yeah. Next up, we have the /title command. The good one, right? So this allows you to display text on your screen or other people's screen. You do /title. It gives you the option to display the title to who you want. So I just want to display it to myself, which is @s, @p, or your username. Out of these options, I just want a big one. And then I put down 4. As you see, it says 4! Now there is 3 options of what the title can be. You have your title, you have your action bar, and you have your subtitle. That's title. For the last thing I'm going to show you today, I have /enchant. This allows you to enchant the tools that is held in your hand. So instead of having to go to an enchantment table or anvil with enchanted book or something to just get a maxed out sword, you can just give it to yourself using the /enchant command. Do /enchant. Who's holding the item to enchant? So myself, I'll be holding the item. Sharpness. And it didn't work because I don't have anything in my hand. I did that on purpose, don't you worry. So if I grab the sword, boom. If I didn't add any numbers at the end, it'll just give me sharpness 1. I can set the value to 5. Boom. What? How'd I... Put the value to 5. But I cannot set the value above the max enchant level. So I can't give myself a sharpness level 766 sword. That it just doesn't work like that. Here's all the other things you can do. You have the whole list of enchants and all that you can do, but these are the basic ones. Pretty cool, right? If you guys like this video, please let me know in the comments, and if there's anything you guys want me to change, let me know. It really helps. Leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, have a good day, because your boy Demos is out to cook.